So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the most important public service watch announcement channel out there, and the only one. This is the only one, Mike. This is the only one, Mike and Jose Diaz. This is the only public service watch announcement channel out there that's going to try to tell you the honest truth, and nothing in return. I don't want to buy your watches. I don't want to buy your watches, and I don't want to sell you any watches as well. So you know how this works. This is just all public service watch announcement. That's all we have for you guys. That's all. And ladies and gentlemen, what I ask you always is for something very, very, very economic. I'm asking you all for a thumbs up. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that, this channel has been paid so it can be, we have an up vote and we have a down vote. You know where we have been paid for, you know for what we've been paid for. Okay? So you know what's going on. So I need you guys to help me out. If you guys didn't understand my sign language, that's your problem. But I gave it to you as best as I can. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, every day that I go live, I'm putting this unbelievable public service watch announcement channel on the line from what? From the thunder lightning to the TV tower antenna. Boom! It'll blow up, because what we drop here, you're not going to believe. You're not going to believe the comment I got today from a gentleman. He says, listen, man, there's no way. This gentleman was telling me, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to tell you, there's no way with all the knowledge that you're dropping, the way your channel is being handled, I see, so we got to defend this channel because people that know they're coming and say, hey, man, they're paying big, for that. So ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't and you want to, you can also subscribe to the channel. This is all. We're not here charging you a monthly due. None of that good stuff. We're not doing all that stuff over here. If we start seeing other watch channels doing that to you and you're paying, I'm telling you, not me. He's here today. Sweet Kid Kino will do it too. That's all I got to tell you. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about a couple of things today. Very important things that I want to talk to you. That you need to know. The first thing I want to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, is that I made a video. Yes, Zodi, absolutely. I made a video like when Rolex decided to purchase Bucarel. Bucarel, whatever you want to call that stuff, I don't know too much about how to explain things. I try my best. Gracias, Alberto. Coño, Alberto, eres grande. Bendiciones. Un abrazo, un besote fuerte. Forza Italia. Gracias, Alberto. Muchas gracias. I want to say something that when Rolex purchased Bucarel, I did a video. I did like three videos of Rolex purchasing Bucarel. Unbelievable but true, ladies and gentlemen. And I did that video and explaining to you about the mama and papa, ADs that they couldn't pay for the built out pa fuera. They have catalogs of selling watches. I'm going to skip quickly because today, I have a lot of things to cover. But I made a video telling all of you out there what was Rolex's plan. And the plan was that every AD will be able to invoice a Rolex watch, but headquarters over there, and Rolex SA will be the ones charging everything. They'll see what you purchased, when you purchased it, if it was Juan Felipe Nieves, if it was Alberto, Dr. E, Mr. Donald, etc., etc. They have all control. I said all this, and I even explained to you guys that when my wife is a connoisseur of Chanel bags. She loves Chanel bags. And she can go to any part of the world, and they ring her up, and she's going to come out with her name, where she's purchased, her history, and all that good stuff. And I told all of you that. I explained to all of you this subject. And a lot of you were, and ladies and gentlemen, there is a gentleman that I call him the Wolfman. You know, a young kid has, Wolfman ears, and he's unbelievable. And he just made a video that, to me, he must have come and looked at my video to pick up what I said. And he said what he had to say, that Rolex will be in charge now of being the one charging Rolex watches. Because they're weeding out all the ADs. Whether you want to believe it or not, I am telling you square business. I said this 3 years ago. I'm telling you, when Rolex purchased Bucare, sometime in the summer of August. I think it was 2023. And now these young kids, this Wolfman, the young Wolfman, he's saying now basically everything I told you several years ago. Para que usted entienda, so you understand how ahead of the game I have been. I said it wrong. Sweet Kid Kino. Kino, eres bello, papá. What would you do without Kino? You couldn't do much without Kino. Kino is just a legend. So this video that I made on that, that Rolex will be in charge. You'll have your AD. Like, let's say you have your jewelry side, and you will have your Rolex AD. When you're ringing that up, you're ringing it straight to Rolex SA. They see everything. No more monkey business. None of this hoopla, nada, papa. They see everything that's going on. What you sold, what you're pushing, Who is the big shot? If it's Alberto, if it's Dr. Evil's a big shot, a big spender, you get to see the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. Rolex from over there, Rolex SA. Rolex wants to be like Hermes. Rolex wants to be like Louis Vuitton. Rolex wants to be like Chanel. Get it through your head, ladies and gentlemen. I told you 3 years ago, and you have a lambong now, a young kid, very hairy, like a Wolfman, wears a hat, and he's always talking everywhere. He's in the gram, he's in the tube. He's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is no lie. Saludos, Doc Mick of Florida. Saludos. No more, papi, no more. I've been telling you, papi. Listen to me. Kino has connections all over the world. Kino belongs in the underworld. You don't know about that. In the underworld. And Kino knows everything. And we told you all this 3 years ago. Listen to me. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, let me get some jungle juice because I'm getting excited. Believable. So the young kid is making the video. I'm telling you, Kino told me he's talking just like you. He's talking just like you. First they got him with the built out, and now they're going to get control of the cashier. Now Rolex with one button pushes one button, pop, and he sees everything that was sold around the whole world. Papi, ya se terminó el vacilón. Se terminó el vacilón. I've been telling you people, papa, for the longest. So if you haven't seen this kid, which I call the little wolf man, he's a little wolfy, a little wolf. A little wolf. He's a young kid, and he's talking, and he sits down, and, he's repeating. He's a new one. He just joined the club of becoming a Muppet Boiler Room secondary Great Watch Market because they have been, getting people out. No more. No more Walrus Fat Pastor. No more Hungry Hippo Mr. Magoo. No more Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. The two Jehovah Witness brothers, Big Pun and Heavy D. The two Toddler Body brothers, the Indian brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, esto es una jodienda. You need to listen and learn. You need to listen and learn from the one and only Sweet Kid Kino. He's on power today. He is in power, Everything's on power. Windows are down, bucket seats. You don't know about that stuff. You don't even know what bucket seats is. It's unbelievable. Monte Carlo, 1975 with bucket seats. It's unbelievable. My father had a Monte Carlo. He thought he was a legend. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of what they are bombarding you people out there. We're going to go to our next subject, ladies and gentlemen. Our next subject is unbelievable. I want to start off with precious metal materials on prices. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that the palladium is $1,412 a troy ounce. Palladium. Platinum, ladies and gentlemen, is running, man. He's running like a thoroughbred, like Secretariat. He's running. He's unbelievable. He's running. He's at $1,601 a troy ounce, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable, but true. And ladies and gentlemen, we got silver. Silver, ladies and gentlemen, silver. The price of silver is $47.30 for your information. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you a little bit about gold. We're going to be talking about gold a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, so you understand what's happening out there. This morning, early in the morning, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Australia, somewhere in Africa, where it is, all those places, it came out gold at $3,965. And then it was early morning somewhere else. And it went up to $4,127.56. And ladies and gentlemen, the estimate of the day, gold right now. No, papi, aquí we talk the truth, papi. We talk the truth here. You know what? You know what's going on. It went down to $3,904. But I'm here because I always, let me first, allegedly, everything that I'm saying is allegedly. And number two, I'm not no financial, manager, I'm not giving no financial, you know what I'm saying. Please put the words together because I don't want to get a thunder lightning and he said, jodió esto, I'm not no financial advisor here, okay? None of that stuff. But I want you to know something. You know what profit taking is, right? Profit taking. And I explained to you that, when it got to the $4,400 mark. I told all of you about that. I said, what are you going to do? You're going to take it, you're going to sell, bam, ping. I asked you guys, and some of you said, I said it wrong. And most of you said, we're going to hold on. We're going to go for a ride on this thing, We're going to... we're going to take it for a ride. It's unbelievable. I think I talk better when I, put this song together. I think it's a little too tight. Anyway, so profit taking. That's the recent pullback is partly due to investors like Dr. Evil. Like Dr. Evil, partly due to investors taking their profits. Give me my profits. Here's my ounces. Give me my profits. So ladies and gentlemen, there was a big line of lollipop suckers, window lickers, all over the place. Now, of course, let me get there, Dr. E. Let me get there. Tú eres uno de los míos, papi. You're one of mine. So the profit taking came in effect. And all the investors, were taking their profits. Papi, es un cojón de dinero. Un cojón. Millions and millions of paying out. So, obviamente, hay que bajar. Obviamente, too much payout. The casino pay too much. No, papi, tú eres uno de los míos, papá. Dr. E, eres uno de los míos. And too many people pay out, maybe it can be Damon, maybe it can be Mr. Donut, maybe it can be Mike, maybe it can be Alex, maybe it can be Alberto from Italia. They want their money, like, hey, give me my money, give me I want back, I want to make $80,000. Let me get it, So everybody was in a big line, It was a significant rally. It was a rally going on, ladies and gentlemen, a period where the price of gold market rises sharply, and quickly. Sharply and quickly. You don't understand about this. You don't know about this stuff. I'm giving you a show, ladies and gentlemen. This is like an entertainer giving you a show, making it funny for you. making it beautiful for you so you understand. It rises quickly and sharply. And bing, bang, boom, boom. You know, people, give me my money. Give me my money. So it goes down. And now we're at the price of $3,904. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It's beautiful. It's part of the game, Papi. It's part of the game. And I'm explaining it to you. You know, it's significantly a rally. It was a rally going on. And you don't understand the people that sold gold. And they want to buy it now at the drop again. Because, ladies and gentlemen, JP Morgan and all the bankers are stacked up with gold. All those bankers, you know, they're stacked up. The Vatican, you know what I'm saying? The Vatican is stacked up. The Rothschilds, listen and learn, ladies and gentlemen. It's for free. Es for free, ladies. Por el amor de Dios. Es de gratis. Es de gratis. So this is the reason that we are going through this situation. But, you know, I have to jump around to make you see what's happening. How gold is going to go boom, boom, and blow up. It's going to blow up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know this, if you guys, you know what I'm trying to say, Alberto. You understand me, Dr. E. You see what I was telling you, Dr. E? You know I'm with you, Papi. You know, I'm with you. But ladies and gentlemen, something big is happening out there, and you guys need to know this. You guys need to know this. They are picking up cars in the street like never before. You know, you took out a beautiful Corvette, you know, $105,000, and you were making some good pocket change, but everything turned around, they flipped you around. You cannot be that, you know, that letter, you know, every month, $1,400 a month. You know, you gave the minimum, you know, deposit down for the Corvette, so you pay, you know, $1,400 for a 72-month finance, you know? Está jodido. They're picking up cars all over the United States of America. It's an epidemic of people losing their cars, ladies and gentlemen. They don't know what to do with the cars. The banks don't know what to do with the cars. People are waking up through the morning. People are waking up through the morning to take their children to school in their van, you know, their Dodge Caravan, to take their 2 young children to school. And when they wake up and they open the door, the van is gone. This is worse. This is worse than 2008. 2008, papi, 2008 era un niño de teta. 2008, niño de teta. It was for little breasts, you know. Today, King Kong, papi, viene rompiendo, arrasando con todo el mundo. Listen, you're sleeping at night, and you wake up through the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you know, to take a little pee-pee, and you see a couple of lights on, yellow lights spinning around. Listen to me and learn. Couple of yellow lights running around, and when you look out there, you know, with your eye booger on your face, you look around, and there's a big towing company picking up your next door neighbor's car. You know, picking it up. No hay dinero por la calle. There's no money in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. La gente está sufriendo. People are suffering. People are suffering, ladies and gentlemen. You don't understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to come back to the cars, but let me keep on giving you the story so you know where I'm heading to, and, you know, the way gold will finally behave, the way silver will finally behave, palladium and platinum, the way they will behave. You understand me? This es una locura. There's no work, no hay empleo. There's no work out there. You know, and I ask myself, how can these people say that the watch market is up and running when yesterday I told them 56% everybody stopped bringing in watches from over there, you know, from over there from Geneva, the Swiss people. No more, no wine. But let me tell you more, ladies and gentlemen, so you understand the chaos that's happening in this country. The chaos. Let me get some Rolex water here, you know? Some Rolex water. It's unbelievable, ladies. What I'm going to tell you today is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a washed up movie star. A washed up movie star. And this person is organizing a mass. Please listen to me so you know what's going on. Gracias, Ale, papá. Un abrazo, un cariño, papi. Abrazo. It's making a mass. A mass. Listen to the word. A mass blackout protest. These people are unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know about this stuff, but I have to explain it to you because you guys are in this channel to learn for free. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or you still don't have an idea? A mass blackout protest. And when I tell you what this person wants to do, your mind is going to go like, what? And they are going to follow. They are going to follow this person. They're going to follow this person. Nobody still doesn't know what I'm talking about. Nobody. Just tell me no so I can continue. Nobody knows. But I want you to Google it afterwards. Nobody's even answered. Kino, que ni me contestan. Ni me contestan, mira. You know it. Doesn't have no power, papi. Doesn't have no power steering. Thank you, Alex. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this washed up movie star. Thank you, Mike. I want you to Google it. This washed up movie star, you're not going to believe this. Have you heard of a movie star by the name O'Donnell Rosie? Unbelievable, that O'Donnell Rosie. She wants everybody in the United States of America. She wants everybody in the United States of America that's working in a humble way, working in their job, to stop working for a whole week. You want me to tell you what is the day she wants you to stop working? It's going to be chaos. People, botellazo. You know what I'm saying? Miller High Life beers, in the head, from November the 25th of 2025. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is unbelievable. To December the 2nd, 2025. She wants a blackout. She expects you guys to stop working for a whole week. Do not spend no money on groceries. Do not spend money on shopping. Forget about Black Friday. She expects you all to follow her and listen to her. You don't understand about that. You don't know who O'Donnell Rosie is. She's that lady that she was a baseball player of The Woman, in the theater. There came a movie. It was there, the other lady, Madonna and those people, in the baseball movie with Tommy, Hanky Tommy. Hanky Tommy? He was in that movie too, with the girls' baseball team. And she was there and she's making this big thing. So all of you won't go to work no more and you listen to her. You listen to her. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. From November the 25th to December the 2nd. I'm going to say her name. I don't care. Throw me a thunder lightning. Rosie O'Donnell. The one that guy over there from Pennsylvania Avenue has it out with her. That guy. Listen to me, I don't care what color you belong to. If it's blue or red, red or blue, es la misma mierda con diferente peste. The same shit with different smell. I don't care. But that lady over there is making this big thing. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos. Because a lot of people will listen to her and will stop working on the 25th of November. I think it's, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, please help me out. Cooperate with me. When is Thanksgiving Day? When is Thanksgiving Day, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me when Thanksgiving Day is. Somebody please tell me. Alex, tell me when Thanksgiving Day is. The 25th. The 25th, you will start that blackout, that mass blackout. And it's not spending no money on nothing. You imagine these people that they're on the 27th. Look at that. Thanksgiving is the 27th. So she wants you on Tuesday, to stop working through the whole weekend, No Black Friday, no nothing. La lambona esa. And let me tell you something. Maybe she's doing something beautiful, trying to help out. Pero papi, do you understand that on November the 1st, the 25th, to stop working until the 2nd of December. And November the 1st, Snap stops everything. There's no more distribution of giving any people any money, for their canned goods, the $1,500, salami, cheese, milk, a couple of dollars for the bingo parlor. That stops, papi. It all stops. I'm going to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, you need to watch yourself out there. There's a lot of people out there. 27 Organic Watch Channel subscribers and 9 thumbs up. That's an embarrassment, papi. That's an embarrassment. No snaps. No snaps. November the 1st. The 31st. I'm going to take my grandchildren. I'm going to take my youngest one, which is 8 months old. He's going to be dressed up as a sushi roll. I'm going to take him trick-or-treating on the 31st, which is Friday. The next day is November the 1st. And people are saying, allegedly, people are saying, that big store that brings all the products from China? Does anybody know? Please help me out with the name. I don't want to say it. That big store, that brings everything, their clothes, their shoes, they're made of oil, that store. You know what I'm talking about. No. Keep it up. No, it's a big one, big one. No. It's a chaos, papi, chaos. There you go, Mikey. That store, guys. You guys are on fire, and I'm on fire too. I'm on fire for free. No, not that one. You look what they wrote down, and you'll see it. They saying that November the 1st, they're gonna go get their snack food. Chaos, papi. They're bringing chaos, jumping on cars, burning the cars. You know what I'm trying to say? Do you follow what I'm trying to say? Repossession of cars, Snap, O'Donnell Rosie. No more food stamps, no nothing. Papi, this is like the Warriors, like the Ultimate Warrior, that movie, What they're doing for us, and I'm telling you, revolution, papi, una revolución. I'm telling you, you go to your bank, you take off your wife's big rock, and you put it away. You put it away. You put it away. You know what I'm saying? You put it away. If you're packing steel, you prepare that. That's your hardware. You put it here, and that's it. Esto lo que hay, Thurston. Thurston, thank you very much for that super chat. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. De verdad, agradecido un millón. You prepare, you prepare your hardware. You prepare your hardware and you have it with you so you can protect your family, your cat, your dog, your helper, your family members. Esto está malo, papi. This is bad. This is bad what they're doing to us. And it's not fair to none of us. You got this person, maybe she's a beautiful person, that Rosie O'Donnell. Maybe she's beautiful. But who is she to tell these people don't go to work for a week? These people need their money for the Christmas tree in Home Depot. They need the Christmas tree in Home Depot. And you're telling them not to work? Because you want to... Does anybody understand what she's doing? Can somebody explain to me? Because I don't know too much. Can somebody explain to me why is she doing that? What for what? For what is she making a big mass blackout protest? And people stop working and spending money. It's all over her social media platform, all over the place. For what is that? For what is that? Who is she against? Who is she fighting? Yeah, we got the other guy over there too, Pennsylvania Avenue doing his song and dance over there in Malaysia, the APEC, with the APEC summit over there, Esto está virado al revés. Papi, November the 1st, it's in the next couple of days. And it's sent out throughout the United States of America. You don't go by that big store. You don't go by there. You don't go by that big store because they're saying they're going to go pick up their SNAP, their WIC, their government, La Hama. They're going to go pick it up. They don't care. So you guys, you stay away from all those places. You stay away from all those places, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. This is going to be like what happened, I don't know, like around, 5 years ago when people were rioting and those big names were coming around and they were, they were being taken care by that guy, by that old geezer, spending billions of dollars. Papi, how? Why are we doing this for? On the un día sagrado, a very beautiful day, Thanksgiving, when Thurston Howard III is eating with his family a little bit of turkey, dándole gracia, thanking. You know what I'm saying, Zoe? You know what I'm saying, Zoe? You know what I'm saying, Zoe? You know what? I can't say it, Zoe. The thunder lightning will hit me. So what are we doing here? You're going to see, I'm telling you, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many of you live in California or in Los Angeles. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, if you see what they did to the Louis Vuitton store, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, one of those fancy stores over there, over there in California, ladies and gentlemen, they were taking all the bags of Louis Vuitton, Chanel's. You know what I'm saying? Please help me out. Or you know what I'm trying to say. Listen, the security guards and the policemen, saludo papá, and the policemen, this is no lie. They look like, that thing they use over there in Pennsylvania, the fan. They wouldn't even move. One more time, you didn't get it. The security guards and the policemen, they were like this. And the people taking all the bags, all the Louis Vuittons, frozen chicken, papi, ni se movían, they wouldn't move. Over there, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know where I'm talking about this place was? Does anybody know where this place was? This was just, recently. Papi, una locura. Una locura. Crazy stuff. crazy stuff. And you're asking yourself, well, Juan, how do you know that the watch market is dead? Well, Juan, how do you know that precious metals are just going to continue going up? Papi, is there. You know, what you saw there, like I told you, you know, people, you know, profit taking. People want to take a profit taking. And it was too much. It was too much. People said, no, hold on. I want my money. I got here 40 ounces. Pay me. You know, pay me. I'll buy it again, you know, and later on again, I'll buy it again. Pero eso es lo que hay. And what's coming is big, ladies and gentlemen. Cars are being taken. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a mall here, and we have two malls here. We have the very ritzy malls. One is called Ball Harbor Shops. You know, Ball Harbor Shops. We're talking about, you know, we're talking about the same level as, you know, Beverly Hills. Same level, and watch out. It's just a mall full of boutiques. Any boutique you can think of, they're there. We have that mall, and we have Merrick Park Mall. People eating lunch, and the repo man has been following you for the last 3 hours, and he knows where you're at. He knows where you're eating at. He knows everything, and he ends up over there in Merrick Park in Coral Gables. Papi, tú me la jodienda, papá. And repo man, the valet guy gets the car, the red go fast car, he parks it. The repo man goes to valet guy and tells him, esto lo que hay. Red car, jacked up, and when he finished eating his fish, there was no more red fast car, no more. No more red go fast car. Gone. They're picking up cars everywhere and they don't care. The banks don't know what to do. The banks don't know what to do with all these cars now. They don't know. We have a place here, ladies and gentlemen, here in Florida, probably an hour and 20 minutes from where I live at. It's called Lehigh County. Lehigh County, ladies and gentlemen. The houses are brand new from 20, so you understand me, from 2022, 2021, 2020. Is that a brand new house? Is that a brand new house? You know, is that a brand new house? Well, the grass is growing inside the house. The grass is growing inside the house because nobody is buying the houses and everybody is losing their houses. You know what I'm saying, Alex. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Thurston. You know it, Zodi. That grass is growing inside the house, breaking the floor, breaking the granite countertops, and keep on going because they can't sell the houses. No coman mierda. No coman cativilla. How you gonna say that we're doing good over here, ladies and gentlemen? Estamos descojonados. Estamos enyemados. And I'm the only one dropping this to you guys while those guys were trying to sell you a fantasy. You know what I'm trying to say. Should have never been developed. Papi, you know what it is? A palm tree, a coconut palm tree growing inside your house? You know, they put this beautiful pavers, brick pavers in the driveway, and you have all kind of weed, you know, crazy weed coming all over the place on a 4,000 square feet house. Papi, 4,000 square feet house is a very decent size of a house, you know? 5 bedrooms, you know, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 3 garages. Papi, the dollars in life, mira. Kino, dead. So they're not going to tell you none of this stuff. They're not going to tell you none of this stuff. Nobody's going to tell you nothing. But you know what? They were trying to get you guys into believing. And most of you, ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, I say this, most of you believed that things were looking good, that prices were going up, until Bloomberg, Robb Report, Goldman Sachs, fashion design. They all got together and say, oye, nobody's bringing watches from Geneva. It's been the worst month of October, September. It's been unbelievable. There's no money out there. Retailers say, hey, we don't want nothing, man. We don't want no Movado. We don't want no Amatron. We don't want no Seiko. We don't want no Posar. So you understand me, because you guys probably you're only thinking about Rolex and Richard Mille and AP and Breguet. No. I'm talking about watches. Hey, don't send me no watches no more. Nobody wants this. The watch market is in life support. Dead. So they were trying to, skim you. They were trying to tell you that it was good. But you can't play around with Bloomberg. Those tariffs. I told you 31%. I told you 31%. And I told you 39%. And you guys were like, sacándose los mocos. What is this guy talking about? Papi, 39%. 39%. And a downfall of 56%. Nobody's buying watches. And you know who had the crown? You know who had the crown of watches? All over the world? The crown. They had the crown of bringing watches from all over the place. We had a number one, undisputed, as number one was the United States of America. We went from number one to number two. And number one now has, the king crown. You know who that is? You know who that is? Go ahead, tell me who it is. Tell me who it is. You don't know, right? I'll tell you again. No saben, mano. The United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is number one now. Pero mira, they're going to get it big. Salchichón con todo ello. Salchichón. I'm telling you what's going on so you can prepare yourself. I told you all this in July. There's going to be dark times. Do you believe me? When do they change the hour here in Miami, Florida? Is it this Sunday? Is it this Sunday they change the hour? Because it's going to be real dark. And especially November the 1st, when people go into Walmart and say, I come to get my snap. Because ladies and gentlemen, if I told you this, you're not going to believe me. If I told you this, you're not going to believe me. But that place, that big store, that mammoth big store that has all the articles and, clothes and fishing rods, all that come from China, it comes all from China. Those people are very connected, very connected. The store is very connected. You know to who? You know to who? To the ICA. You don't know about that. Papi, you don't know about that. Esto está virado al revés. When you get on your car Thursday to go to your auntie's house, your daughter's house, your son's house, granny's house, your mother's house, you be careful. You be careful. Sure. Keep on looking at Frankie Rizzo. Keep on Frankie Rizzo. I'm telling you what I drop here is the truth. And what do I get? 30 subscribers, 17 thumbs up. No coman mierda. No coman mierda. Listen, guys, I can do a live stream every single day. Kino prepares everything for me in an unbelievable way. Pero pa' qué? For what? You guys want to go see the two toddler body brothers. You guys want to go see Deputy Boxing Black Eyes with his sidekick, Jiminy Cricket, with the Chia Pet spray can hair. That's what you want to go see, the two Jehovah's Witness brothers. Big Pun and Heavy D. That's what you want to see. The Hungry Hippo, Mr. Magoo, the Walrus Fat Bastard. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see me. You don't want to hear the truth. You want to continue watching the Kardashians. You tell them, Papi. Tell them, Premium. You know what I'm trying to say? Listen, guys, esto está jodido. This is bad. So I'm going to just tell you guys, You know, don't worry about what you're seeing with gold, silver, and all those precious metal materials. Papi, todo está bien. And then this guy, this guy, you know, this guy from Pennsylvania Avenue, he said, let me go over there and dance with the people, you know, the song and dance, Chala Fue, you know, over there in Malaysia, you know, and then we're going to go to the EPEC, you know, MPEC, what do you call it? APEC, help me out, you know, with that summit over there. And you're a good guy. We're not going to charge, there you go, thank you, Papi, thank you. We're not going to charge you the 100% tariff. You're good. Tú eres uno de los míos. Papi, esto está jodido. You know? Esto está jodido. you know what I'm saying, you know? And then, you know, they know how to do it for the distraction. For the distraction of the world. Because I'm going to say something nice. You know, we're seeing a freak of nature. We're seeing a freak of nature. We're going to finish this so we can go see the freak of nature. Something that has never been done. A two-way player, you know? Ohtani, you know, hitting 3 home runs, striking out 10, you know, 7 innings. And today they're playing again. And yesterday he hit 2 home runs. You know, he's unbelievable, polite young man. After the game is over, he's picking up other things in the dugout. You know, because they have discipline. You know, they have discipline. But this is all to get us distracted. So we don't see what O'Donnell Rosie is doing. So we don't see the big protest on November the 1st for SNAP. You know, for the aircraft. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I'm stupid like that, and I like to be stupid like that. Oye, un puitado, aquí no. Dame la pastilla verde para el corazón. La pastilla, me duele el corazón. Me duele el corazón, la pastilla verde. Like the green one for the heart. No habla inglés, no habla español. Unbelievable, this guy, you know? It's unbelievable. Sweet kid, quiero guardar esto to me. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is tough. It's what I do. What I do for you 34 organic watch channel subscribers is not easy. It's not easy what I do. You know, this is hard. What I do is hard. You know, I think about you guys. I worry about you guys. You know, I don't want you to go to Whole Foods, you know, on the 25th. You know, you get away. You go early in the morning. You get early in the morning, you pick up all your goods and go home. Go home. Get your cranberry and go home. You know what I'm trying to say, Mike. I make it funny for you guys so you can relax. You know, I'm not going to tell you like, you know, Deputy Butthole Eyes, you know. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it funny for you, but it's for real, man. It's for real. But papi, there hasn't been. There are people out there. There are people. Thank you very much, Sodi, for that. Thank you, chat, papi. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. De verdad, agradecido un millón. Gracias. There's people out there that have these channels. And ladies and gentlemen, it's an embarrassment. They're doing 7-minute videos. 7 minutes. You know, the guy that copied me about saying that Rolex is now going to be the cashier of all the ADs. He made a 2-minute video. 2 minutes. Papi, there's nobody out there. There's nobody out there. You understand? I know it hurts me a little bit. Let me warm it up. Me duele un poquito. So there's people out there doing 2-minute videos, 7-minute videos. And ladies and gentlemen, you have another one over there making videos and talking about straps and talking about movements and rotors and fantasies. Y diarrea mental, you know? Diarrea mental. You know what diarrea mental is? The Hungry Hippo talking about Purnell watches that cost $250,000. And I'll tell all of you, you pay 10 cents to the dollar on that watch. 10 cents. That's it. No more than that. No more. That's it. No more than that, ladies and gentlemen. Papi, yo te digo, I do my part, man. You know, I said it wrong. I said it wrong. He just went like that to me. Y yo? He said, and me? Sweet Kid Kino does an unbelievable show. He prepares everything for me. I told you everything. You know, repossession of cars, gold, you know, Odano, price of gold, precious metals. And now I'm going to give you a watch market update to let you guys go. You know, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because you guys deserve this. And I want you to, you know, voice it out to all your friends, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking at a Richard Mille RM005 rose gold with a white rubber strap. You know, those straps cost like $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. I told you how it is. And then they put, you know, on the crown, they put a little white rubber here too, you know. Unbelievable, these people. These watches have dropped faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse, you know, for being lambones and palomos, you know, for being window lickers, crayon eaters, tomato cans, possum kickers, cow tippers, crumb bums, sandbags, you know, unbelievable. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. And you tell them that I told you. Don't pay for that watch more than $83,000. And here it is. Oh, me jodió. Mañana para el doctor Kino. I gotta go see the doctor. Dame la pastilla. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you and talk to you about a watch, which is the Rolex Daytona Oyster Flex. Rolex Daytona Oyster Flex. White gold. Diamond bezel. You know, mother of pearl. Mother of pearl with diamond markers. Papi, this is un bestia de reloj. When this watch first came out, and it wasn't that too long ago, so you understand how the watch market is behaving. This watch was at $150, $175. $175. I'm gonna give you the reference numbers, the 126589 TBR. When you hear those letters, forget about it. You know, off catalog. And ladies and gentlemen, this watch has not been able to hold on to that number. They can't. They gotta let it go. And I'm gonna tell you, if you're looking for that watch, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more than $68,500. And I have to. Una más. Tapi, Kino, jáltame para atrás. Jáltame para atrás. Jálame para atrás. Jálame, jálame. Kino, jálame, jálame. Tapi, tapi. Suéltame, Kino. Suéltame, suéltame. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. The watch market is dead. The watch market is dead. Let me explain to you something quickly. There's no money out there. No hay dinero, papi. No hay dinero. No hay dinero. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an FP Journe Platinum Octa Automatic Reserva Havana, Cuba, Havana. The brown dial. Unbelievable watch, ladies and gentlemen. Brown dial, brown beige strap. Unbelievable. I don't want to tell you the price that watch was. It was just, you know, it's a super rare, you know, with that brown dial, you know. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm stupid like that, if you do like FP Journe and you like this Octa, you know, automatic, don't pay for that watch more than $121,000. And that, you know, you do whatever you want, Bob. That was a $275,000 watch. Ya, no puedes más. They can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut stainless steel 5167 40 millimeter black strap, black dial. $29,000 is the retail price. It was all the way to $78,000. $78,000. $78,000. And I'm going to tell you, you show them this video. What you do is you send them a WhatsApp. You send it to them. This is the price that I want to pay. Le da cagadera. Le da churra. You know what churra is? Le da churra. Don't pay for that watch more than $53,000, and it is dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolex Stainless Steel Explorer White Dial. Explorer 42 millimeter with a white dial. Reference number 216570. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch more than $7,900. You do whatever you want, papi. Rosie O'Donnell's preparing a blackout, a mass blackout. And November the 1st, everybody in Walmart. Coño, cuidado. Un tono lightning. Cuidado. Shh. Don't tell nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex Rose Gold Date Ombre Dial, 40 millimeter. Reference number 228235. Don't pay for that watch more than $53,500. And you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. Our next watch is an AP Royal Oak 15400 black dial. Beautiful stainless steel, 41 millimeter, you know? Old reference, you know, discontinued, collector's choice, collector's grave, you know, all that stuff. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $26,500. You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. It's all right. Mr. Creative Experiment, I'm happy to see you here. I like your name, Creative Experiment. Me gusta mucho eso, el nombre como de Frankenstein, experimento. Unbelievable guy. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a watch that yesterday I introduced it to the ones that were here, saw it. This is a Patek Philippe Calatrava 5328G, 41 millimeter, 8-day power reserve with a dungaree blue strap and a dungaree blue dial, you know? A Levi blue. Unbelievable, this watch, you know? It's incredible. Gold, it's a beautiful watch, ladies and gentlemen. And the retail price of that watch is $85,356. Do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch more than $117,000. You show them the money. You just show them the money, that's all. And that watch is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pen. No wine. There's no space, papi. There's no space out there. No space. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 2 Rolex Sky Dwellers for the price of 1. 2, I'm going to give you 2. And this is going to be the end of this watch market update show. Our first one, ladies and gentlemen, here it is out. It's a Rolex Sky Dweller Oyster Flex with a green dial. Green dial, 42 millimeter. Oyster Flex, beautiful green dial. And this watch, when it first came out of the gates, papi, it was all the way up. You know, all the way up. And you people, give it away, 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 give it away. You know, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, give it away. You know, you were giving it away. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm a good person, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more than $47,500. You do whatever you want. 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 Papi, this is the #1 watch market update show in the world. We've been chosen. We've been chosen by no other than Robb Report, Goldman Sachs. Unbelievable, you know that? Unbelievable. Bloomberg. We're #1. You know, how can we not be #1? The owner, Sweet Kid Kino. He's the brains. And I'm the voice. You know, I'm the voice. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my last watch market of the evening. And this is a Rolex Sky Dweller. Rolex Sky Dweller, reference number 336938. Fully yellow gold. Bracelet encasing in the green dial. Yellow gold. Not a Jubilee bracelet, oyster bracelet. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell all of you out there, don't pay for that watch no matter what they tell you. Don't pay for that watch more than $62,500. The green hype has come to an end. The green hype, you know, green dials has come to an end. You know, everything comes to an end. Whether it's, you know, mint green, dark green, crayon green, money green, papi, se termina. Se termina. Guys, please, I ask all of you not to forget to, if you could, share this channel, because, we have been, they paying for us to, instead of getting this, they're paying for us to get this. And when that gets this, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. And guys, I'm going to say this before I let you guys go. Be very, very aware of your surroundings. This is the month that people are desperate, don't have enough to support their families. I'm coming in the defense. But you got to watch out, because they can also harm you. Be very careful with those stores that I told you about. Be very careful on November the 1st, Be very careful on Black Friday and all that good stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? Be careful with that, that O'Donnell Rosie, I don't know what her plan is. I don't know what her beef is, but she has some kind of beef going on, Whatever it is. I'm not saying nothing negative about her. Do I accept it or do I not accept her? Whatever it is she wants to do, I don't care. I care about you guys. Anyway, guys, take care and brush your hair. Good night. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for all your support. I really mean that. From the bottom of my heart. A todos ustedes, un abrazo y un besote. Los quiero mucho. Fuerza.